It's too loud. When you're watching YouTube, you never know what volume you're going to have. Alright, tonight we are doing Slime Rancher. Hello and welcome to the GrannyHandicap live stream. Tonight we are doing Slime Rancher because I forgot yesterday and I got a very late start. Tomorrow we will be doing Forza Horizon 4 as we usually do. So tonight we're going to slime it up, take care of our slimes, and look for the Party Gordo! Woohoo! So I can't wait. Let's get into it. Now I'm going to look on Steam and see where the... actually, I'm not going to look on Steam. I'm going to look on the... the thing. Get this out of my way. Okay, here we go. I need help to find out where the Party Gordo is. So I'm looking on fandom on the Slime Rancher wiki. So I am looking for the most recent Party Gordo location. The Party Gordo appears on the weekend, and let's see. So, it's in the Moss Blankets Mushroom Lake. Oh, okay. Wow, this is cool. Alright, so I will go ahead and go to the moss blanket. I'm getting all tangled up in my thing. Let's see, how can I not do this? Not sure how. If it ever eventually starts, it takes a little while. Still loading. Still loading. Woo! It's still loading. Create largos out of pink slimes. They'll eat anything. Yes, they will. I had an outbreak of tars one time because I had some that got out, and it was bad. Alright, so I'm going to get my water out here, get my drones going, and I'm going to go over here. Go back to the farm. And I'll go ahead and put these on the main farm. And they'll do their thing. Yeah. So I need to go to the moss blanket. Here's my green portal for the moss blanket. Alright. I will need some food, so let's see. I have a bunch of carrots, so I'm just going to take about 20 of them, well, maybe 30. Alright, that's, I have in every area that I have a portal, I keep one of these transporters so that I've got food handy and I don't have to just look for it all over the place. So, there I go. I'm going to go up to the mushroom lake. Yeah. So off we go to the mushroom lake. La 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 la. And let me see. Oh, get my game straight here. Yeah, we got to go there. So we're going to go up through here. Whee! And that's my Gordo that I made with my master trap. So that's not the party Gordo, of course. This is not, oh, this is the party Gordo. So I've got carrots, let's do this. Woo, okay. Party Gordos. Now lucky ornament, hot dog. Whoops, messed up. All right. There's that. Where'd my party ornament? Where'd my other one go? Oh no, where'd it go? Woohoo! Where'd my ornament go? Ah! I'm not happy that my ornament went bye-bye. Oh! But where'd it gone? Did it roll that far? But it went over the side? Oh dear. No ledges or anything. Oh, it was a lucky ornament. I wanted it. Oh, I've got it. Oh, okay, I've got it. All right, all right. And pink slime, bye. Okay, I've got it, so I don't have to, well, you know. I'm 62 years old. I forget to look places. All right, whee! What are those, honey ornaments? Yeah, they're honey ornaments. Yay! All right, so I've got a couple of pink ornaments and honey ornaments. Oh, I'm happy. Oh, happy little honey ornaments. Another pink ornament. Cute little pink party slimes. Oh, so cute. Okay. And another honey ornament. Okay. Well. Now that I've found the party Gordo for the weekend, now I can party with my ornaments. Woohoo! So I'm going to find me a way back. And the quickest way is just go back the way I came. So off we go. Whee! Ah, tar. Oh no, lots of tar. Oh, get out of here. All right. Ah! Go away, evil tar. Ooh. That's just a regular one. Alrighty. Here we go. Whee! Okay. Woohoo! And I'll take the ornaments home. Whee! right. Whee! Okay. That's gray. That's not green. Let's see. All right. Where did I put the green transporter? That's the amber one. Here's the green one. I'm just going to put the carrots back in. All right. Cool. Now I'm ready to go and harvest my nice little things. So there's my drone at work, making sure everybody's fed. Love it. All right, let's go in this and make sure that I've watered my drones. There you go. Woohoo! These little portable fountains, you get them with a pattern in one of the 3 new areas. I believe that was at, well, I'm not sure. I'm not going to say anything because I'm not sure. It was either the lab or, well, I think it was the lab actually. And there's the portal to Ortiz's farm. And I already watered these ones, so why did I even come here? I'm just wandering around having fun. Okay, now. Alright, next. I'm going to go back to the Mossy and go ahead and get my honey. Because this is where I have 3 of my honey things. Here you get the wild honey, and up in the glass desert you get the other 2 kinds of honey. The royal jelly and red pepper jelly. So I've got all 3 of these. All right. Here we go. And I hear the tar music, but usually they go after the babies in the pond and get got. So everything's peaceful again now. Alright, come down here and put everything in there. Alright, now let's go back. Bye. Alrighty, so next, going down the line here, the pink portal, and that leads to the blue portal. I'm gonna squirt the drones on the way. Alrighty. And off we go to these happy little drills. Where I get indigonium. Gotta have my indigo fixed. So, here we go. Alright. And now there's a box, but it's not a party box, it's a regular. Alright. Okay. I always start in the left bag, and that way I can just zip through. And I do have that portal, which is the original one, but I placed one here so I could come in here on the way back. And that way I don't lose my place, because I tend to. And here's the gray portal. I call it the silver portal, because I don't like gray. So, here we go. Closer and now. Alright. And here's this one. Oh. Allergies are getting to Granny's eyes. Alrighty. Go up here. Here's my third one. This is where I'm getting silky sand. So that's the main thing I'm after here. Is silky sand in the glass desert. We are here. And that's where I've got 3 of my machines. Alrighty. And now I will go over here and get back through the portal. I do have a market link, but there's only room for 3 machines there. So it's in the next area over. It's just easier to come back here and use this refinery link. And I'll put that in there. It may hold 12. No, such luck. I'm accumulating these more than I need them. So, I'm going to run out of room soon. You can't market them. I wish we could. But, I have some here. This transporter link goes over to the lab. So if I go over to the lab, you'll see there it is. And I can take these out and put in the silo. And I've got some more room. But as you can see, I've got 900 of these. Oh my heavens. So I'm really not wanting to accumulate more. Here's where I keep my phosphor mosaics and my just regular quantum slimes. And here's one out, naughty lady. And my mosaic dervish largo. Get more water. And water my drones. Water my drones. There we go. And maybe I'll build some more stuff. What can I build? What can I build? Got plenty of Titan drills, plenty of abyssal pumps, and plenty of royal apiaries. I don't need any more. I have one advanced drone. They take manifold cubes, which I get from portal to my left, which I'll show you. And I've got plenty of refinery and market links. Decorations. I've got plenty of decorations. I've got all the slime lamps now. And a lot of decorations. Lots of decorations. But as you'll see as I get down here, some of these take manifold cubes. And I haven't got as many of these made. And curios. I love the slime ball hoop. The highest score I've ever been able to get was 7. And that was loading up all 4 bags with 100 slimes. So yeah, it's hard to get 20 to get the achievement. Echo nets, I love to make echo nets, and I want to place more of them. So maybe we'll do that. The party fashion pod is, I love this, and that way you can dress them up like the party Gordo, yay! And so I think I will do more of these. Yeah, and I need to get some more materials, but anyway, they're fun. Echo nets. I could make another. Or, well, now I'm out of hexacomb. I don't use the fashion pod remover. If you suck them up, they lose their decorations. So, you know, that's an easy way to remove your fashion pods without, if you're low on indigonium or wild honey or deep brine, then it's, you know, you really don't need the fashion pod remover, but you can. Anyway, here is this portal that probably sat unused in your lab for so long you wondered, where did that go? Well, here's where it goes. To Victor's lab. There's Victor. Hi, Victor. And I've got a little installation here. I've got some fire babies that I need to feed. Well, I pulled out too many, really, but oh well. Don't want them to go to waste. All right, fire babies, I know you're hungry. Here you go. Why does the ash go down? I don't understand that. But maybe because they're eating it. Okay. And now I will go to where I've got the drones and water them. So I can get that going. There you go. Alright. Have some fun. Hello, water babies. And don't worry, the drones will take care of everything. So all I gotta do is make sure my incinerator babies are fed. And I've got some decorations around. It's the lab, so I've got the glasses. You can see that I've got some of them decorated. My little pink dervish largos. But they will be fed by the drones. I might as well have a go at getting... This is where you get... My mind is not all here. Let's see. here. This is the Slimulation, which once you trade with Victor enough and he offers you to come see his lab under sea, then you come down here and start sucking up slimes, and there are glitch slimes, and that's the ones that I usually suck up the ones that hurt. I need a glitch slime. There we go. Now, good. And how you tell the glitch slimes is, they've usually got a silly smile like that. They don't smile big, so. Alright. So I'm sucking up the glitch slimes. Woohoo! I love these things. Glitch baby! Woo! And once I've got several kinds of slimes in there, I'm not sucking out food. Oh, if they go in the sea, they're gone. So I'm trying very hard to get them, and they don't quite suck up like the other slimes do. The other slimes just kind of come right away, and the others are a little resistant to your sucking them that way. So yeah, they're a little harder, and that one's gone. But there's more. So you have a little time to suck them up before you, gotcha! You little glitch slime. Come on. Yep. I find usually that when I'm sucking out the glitch slimes, if you kind of hold the gun where the last position was, a lot of times they'll come back to you. So, not always the case. Sometimes you have to chase them when they get away. This is a very bad place to be doing this, because they do tend to just slip past you and go into the ocean. But this is the slime sea, I should say. But anyway, this is a very handicapped-friendly game. I haven't had as much trouble with this one as I have with other games. And it's just your regular farming game. And it's just so much fun. These little glitches are so cute. The developers of this game decided to pick a shape that was easy to animate. So they invented these slimes. And when I first saw the title Slime Rancher, it's like, ooh, why did I want to play that? And my daughter had tried it because it was a free game on Xbox Gold Live. And she said, you gotta try this, man, it's cute. So I thought, oh, it's cute, not yucky, okay, I'll try it. And I really liked it a lot. These little glitches are so cute. Whoop. Where'd it go? Oh, where'd it go? Come here, So, basically here you just suck up the glitch slime, but at some point you start getting tar and they multiply. See that dark thing? Tar are going to start coming out of that. And once they do, then you've got to yeah, right now. Whoa. Oh no. Uh-oh. Ah! Hey, quit eating the slime. And exit portal activated. So now I need to see where it is. Go get it. spray. Ah, missing. Here you go, babies. I'll get you. I'll get you. Oh, no, 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 no. Come here, come here. You're safe with me. Not with these guys. Oh. Oh. There you go. Poor babies. Oh. Ah, I haven't got anything else. No. Alright. Exit portal is this way. I've got to make it out because you can lose your slimes, your glitch slimes. You can lose them if the tar hit you, or if you hit one of those purple portals. Then yeah, you can get bombed. But the nice thing is, these tar dissolve more quickly in water than the others, so you just stay here in the pool and just suck them in and just get glitch slime bonanza. And I especially like to make sure that I get slimes that can hurt me, like rock slimes, who have absolutely no sense of humor at all. You want to be careful not to get too close to that because you will lose some of your glitch slime. Ooh, 3 of them, yay! Largos often have more glitch slimes. Oh, here, baby, here. Oh, no. Here. Ah, there you go. You can just suck the tar into the water, large numbers. And yeah, you're going to grab him. Come on in the water. Come on in the water. And got a good slime. Oh. Woo. Good slime. There we go. Oh, come here. Leave them alone. Oh. Come here. Oh, here. Oh. Whew, that was close. Whew. Ah, there's one. Yeah, yay! Whew. I gotta watch behind me. Here they come. Gotcha. And there's one of the treasure pods in this area. You have to get the glitch slimes quickly because if they swim around or just run around too much, they vanish. So you only have a limited time to suck them up. So it's best if you see one, go ahead and suck him up because you may lose your chance. see I've got 65 of them. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Ah! Yeah, baby. Oh! And there they go. Ah! That's what happens when you bump into a car. You gotta be real careful not to bump into the tars or into those glitch patches. Ooh. Fill up the tank again. Off I go. Woo-hoo. And the nice thing is about glitch slimes, you can carry more than you can carry of the others. You know, you can carry 100. I've got my backpack fully upgraded, so that's why I've got so much. But, it's alright. Here, I'll save you. Come to Mama! Yeah, come to Mama! Oh, there you go. Here, baby. I got you. Woo! Get in there. You can get overwhelmed with these things very easily. So the safest place is in the whoa, whoa, whoa. There you go. You don't want to stay out too long. Sure. You may be wondering, well, Granny, what happens when your bags get full? Well, you will see. Basically, the ones that you pull up on kind of just get bounced off, but they're glitch slimes. As long as your glitch compartment's not full, you will still suck up the glitches. Come on. Yeah, get in here. Ah, glitch. There we go. Woo-hoo. Now, if a glitch swims into that, he doesn't vanish. He'll appear to vanish, but he'll come back out. So, don't worry about that if you have a glitch that's running towards one of those purple ones. Oh! No, come back. Whoa. I've got 100 pink slimes, so as you see, I can't suck any more up. It's a little harder when it comes to figuring out, who I haven't sucked up yet. That's alright. But the pink ones don't hurt you, so they just bounce right off. The rock ones will really hurt you if you're sucking up a bunch of them at a time. So definitely better to not have your rock slimes and your rad slimes get full. Here, baby. Oh, he's a glitch baby. Yay! Now take him. Good. And here's another one. Babies. Oh, I'm full of rock slimes too. So, it's a little more difficult. Yay. Oh. Yes. Bad when they fall off of that right off on top of you. So this is probably a better place to be. Other one after. Bombs away! Oh, here, baby. Yes, yes, the mama. Oh, yeah. Good. Got 117. You can have up to, I think, 150. So, you can't just keep sucking them up, but definitely. Ooh. There we go. Not even safe here. Whoa. That don't have a regular bounce are the ones you gotta watch. Ooh. I don't think I got to that one time. Or it just resolved. Nope. Oh. Ah. There we go. Ha-ha. That rad one is rose. But if you get battered too many times, you die. So you have to be careful with this. Whew. I've got these. If I can do them fast enough. Whew, yeah. Oh, ow, ow. Ow, ow. Oh. Over here. Oh. health, because being around these rock guys is bad for your health. Whew. Too much. Too many rock babies. Whew. That's one. Oh. 141. I think 150 is the limit. Oh. Whoa. That was close. Whoa. Towards the water. Towards the water. Oh. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Woo. Back in the water. Back in the water. Go over here. Got it. 43. Let's fly in it. Sorry, baby. And the longer you stay out after the escape portal opens, then the worse the target. So, it's just one of those things. It gets crazy, but 43 foot songs is pretty good. Then I gotta make it out of here with them. That's the thing. The exit portal is in a different place every time. It's time to leave. So, this little bitch baby here. And get myself out. Now, the way out is over here. So, alright, so, where is the exit portal? go. Okay. And now I gotta figure out how to get back to that. Yeah. There we go. Whoa. Okay. Ah, not him. Okay. And here's another body of water. Yay, and there's the exit. Well, no, it's not. But I can go up here. Get up here. Usually this pool, oh wow, look what happened here. Oh, come here, babies. It's harder to get in this pool because you have to get up far enough. Oh, it's so hard. And they're gone. Just that fast. Ooh, okay. Oh, can't get up. This is hard. And lots of fruit floating in the water. Okay. Woo. Woohoo! Don't forget to suck up the puddle babies because a lot of times puddle babies are rich. That one's not, but sometimes they are. Ooh. Okay. Oh. Here I go to the portal. Woo! 146. Boy, what a haul. Alright. And 146, you get one every 20. So you're going to get. And any slimes that are in your bags, they're just worthless. They vanish when you get one. So, after giving Victor all the bubble quartz, wow, look at that haul. 7 manifold cubes. Oh, all that work for 7 manifold cubes. But with the 7 manifold cubes, now I can build a bunch of stuff. So, let's go and see what I can build. And one of the utilities that I missed is the portable water tap. Oh, I need more deep brine. Okay. The portable scarce slime sounds like a neat thing to have handy in case you've got something that you don't want slimes near. But meat, veggie, and fruit slime bait, that is cool. And the dash pad is really cool. So, but I'm going to go over here to decorations and look at some of these that I haven't made yet. Now, supply drop, I love that. But the digishrub and the digitree, I'll make. Oh, I don't have enough brine to make that. Well, Okay, I could make a supply drop. And a field kit. I love the field kit. The field kit is so cool. So, alright, now I have made all the decorations. Yay. And everybody seems to be fed and everything. So I'll fill up my water again because I'm out. And water my drones again. Whoop. The old drones go to work. Okay. That's the field desk kit. And I think it's so cool. You can't do anything at it, but it's a nice decoration. And this is the supply drop. So I'm just a nerd at heart. I love this stuff. So the slime science is one of my favorite parts of playing this game. And here's the double tar squirter, so it just comes to life and starts squirting. You don't have to water it or anything, it just works. And that's what you need in all of your different places. So if you get tars and maybe you're not there, then you will be able to defeat them. So just saying. I'm not necessarily recommending this setup, but I am saying that if you have quantum slimes, you want them out here at the lab and not in your farm. I've had a tar outbreak that was really bad here, and it was awful. And one thing I found out about this device, if you have tars that are in an enclosure, it does not squirt them. The water bounces off the sides of the enclosure. So I came back here to a corral full of tar. It was terrible. And phase slimes will get out. Quantum slimes, they will get out of the enclosure, so it's best to have them out here where they're away from your normal places. And as long as you have a fruit tree for them, they love phase lemons, they will stay around this plot. They won't go to other areas of the farm, which is good because they would really wreak havoc. So here I go. Alright, so where have I not been? I have not been over here, and this is where I go to get my brine. It's not that far away from camp, but this is where you get brine. And for some reason it took me a while to figure this out. I should have just looked it up, but you just get to farming. It really does help to look up from time to time to see to see where the best places are for your stuff. Because you do need to keep a supply of abyssal pumps. And I keep 3 abyssal pumps here. And I've got it all decorated because this is my purple camp, so I've got purple everywhere. And the blue ones signify north. Green is east, golden is west, and red is north. So that's my color scheme. But I did the purple to be able to leave my slimes alone. Oh, come on. Go away. Go away. Of course, they will eat each other's quartz, so the more different kinds of slimes you've got, you get an achievement for putting a tar on that #1 slime stage, which I did. But as you saw, that one got on there by himself and he was on the slime stage. But this is how that works. If you want somebody to be the #1 slime, you just put him there and then, whoop, well, he didn't stay. Let's try this one. Hello, you want to be the #1 slime? Yeah. That's how the #1 slime stage works. You just bring your slime or Largo. If you're sucking up a slime, you just shoot him onto there, and if you're getting a Largo, you just walk him over there. And he's the #1 slime. So, that's how that works. And I'm going to come over here and put these in here. Would you not do that while I'm trying to do this? Oh, I got a rock slime. I didn't really want a rock slime, but well, it's alright. I'll put him back. There we go. And I'll go to my violet portal and put my primordial oil there. I hear that music. Where have we got a tar? I think I'll just leave. Okay. Now, that's that. And I've got a spiral steam. So I'll go over to my refinery link, pop that in. As you probably know, you can't put these in the market. I wish you could, because I've got so many primordial oil and you can't put them in the market. So you're just stuck with them. And I'm gonna go get me some water. And make these viable again. There we go. So I've got the advanced drones here. You can only have 2 drones on your farm. Now if you've got any that are crystal slimes, you've got to do this every once in a while. So they'll build spikes up far enough that they can just get out. I had that happen in this camp not too long ago. It was terrible. So, give them a bath every once in a while and wash those crystals down. Okay. Now I'm going to get more water. Alright. Now I'm going to go back here. That goes to the lab, that goes to the brine area, and here's the red jelly area. Yeah, so I'm going back here to get red jelly and royal honey. Royal jelly. Red jelly, pepper jam, and royal jelly. I can't ever remember names. Oh, I need another apiary. Looks like. Well. Alright. Oh, let's put one down. Because there's supposed to be 3. You can only have 6 apiaries, 6 pumps, and 6 drills. So I wish I had known that at the very beginning, but it probably was in the thingamajigger, but I didn't notice it. So, yeah. I was putting them all over the place, and all of a sudden, you can't have more than 6. And I'm like, oh. So I've had to rearrange things. Alright, that's done. So I've been through all of my supply portals, although I could go through again. But what I really want to do is finish what I started over on the Amber Camp last Thursday. Not last night, but last Thursday. I was looking for the last treasure pod over here. So we're gonna go and find the last treasure pod. So we're going back here. And of course, when you port over here from Ortiz's farm, you cannot get back until you find a portal that is working. So, and everything here attacks you. So you just gotta keep moving. I love this music. This piece of music is my absolute favorite of any in the game. And they have a soundtrack of it, so when I can afford it, I want to get it. But it's really nice that, you know, the music is so good in this game. There are a lot of things that attract me to games, but one of the biggest, of course, is the music. If the music is really good, then it's just so nice. I perform better when I've got good music. So the music is a big, big factor, but another thing is the graphics. Some games are going to have a cartoony look, yeah, but I want it to be a realistic cartoony look, you know what I mean? I'm not much for the ones that are very stylized. I really like realism. So it's really nice to be able to have, you know, this world feels like it could be real. And it's science fiction, which of course I write young adult science fiction, so I love science fiction. But I like, you know, kid-friendly science fiction. I'm not really into the adult stuff. I'm going to let my, yeah, there we go. All right. The higher you are, the less you have to worry about tar and hostile feral slimes. So definitely it's better to be up high. But the disadvantage to being up high is you don't find as many cucadellas. Oh, I shouldn't do this. Oh, that was close. Alright. Don't want to die from my cucadellas. A useful technique in this area a lot of times is to carry forks around with you, and that way when you see a group like that, you can shoot some florets in there and turn them into tar and then just hose them down, and you've got the whole area to yourself for a few minutes. It sounds terrible, but I have used it, especially when I was trying to get Ortiz's farm, because you have to get a slew of cucadobas. It's just really hard to get that many. Now that I've got the farm, I'm just getting it to get the spicy tofu because it's useful. So as far as that last little treasure pod, I need to go where the trees are, and there's a wall behind the trees. So I need to get up higher. I need to be up high so I can get there. Come on, 250. Alright. There's several big trees. But it's the wall by the big tree. So that's a wall. And that's a wall that's sort of behind that big tree. Well, let me try this one first. That's the most obvious of the walls. And that's where, okay, that's the pod before the one in the Steam guide. And there's a tree with a wall behind it. And you follow the wall. So I'm following the wall. When you go as far towards the slime sea as you can go, you look back and there's supposed to be a little ledge. There's a couple of formations. There's that and there's that, but that's part of that. Let me try getting up there. Maybe this is the ledge he was talking about. Alright, there is... Okay, at this point I'm going to have to look. So bear with me. I've got these places bookmarked. So... All right. And this is a very long guide to the, it's on steamcommunity.com and it's under, well, it's a list of all of the treasure pods and where to find them. And it has all the old areas, but it also has the wilds, Nimble Valley, and the Slimulation near the bottom. So we are looking for the one with glow rocks. This is the Wilds Green Pod 4. So there's the pod, and it was back there. We went all the way back there and look down once you reach the edge, and you should be able to spot the pod below on its own ledge. So I'm looking down, there's that. It doesn't look like that. So I'm thinking I took the wrong area, because it doesn't look like that. And it says you should be able to see it from up here. Well, I don't see it, and those aren't flat topped. So it's supposed to be a coral formation with flat tops across from a column. So I apparently took the wrong ledge. So let's go back and see if I can figure out. Now there's the pod. So it's supposedly this one. Maybe it is up high. Oh. Could it be that it's just higher than I was? Or maybe I went the wrong way. Maybe... Hi. Nope, it's not. And this is not towards the slime sea at all. So let's go up, 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 up. All right. Let's just recharge here. And I'm sure that's the one he was talking about. And I don't see a way to get up higher from there. So, but let's see if he was talking about going this way. How do I get up there? Oh, okay. It's a blue pod? That's another one. This one's not on ledge, so let me go over here. Okay. I'll go over here and follow this all the way to the slime sea. And there's a portal. Hot dog. Okay, a working portal. Ooh, well, let me come down here. This definitely was not a wasted trip. I've been here before, as you can tell from the ornament. Let's see. Well, let's I've got 23 cucadobas. So I really should take the advantage of the portal. Though I'm tempted not to. But I might as well take some chickens with me. Hens multiply faster than the other kinds of hens. So, yeah, they're the best. So, you want the hens. And I'll take the roosters too. Let's see. And the chickies. Chickens are so funny. I love that about this. They're so funny. Ah, more, yay! I never have enough chickens. Okay, that's pretty good. 10 hen hens. Alright, 3 chickadoos. Okay, I've got plenty of roosters, but not so many hen hens. So let's put lots of hen hens in here. And let me just see up here. Well, I don't need any more roosters. But, I'll just put them out anyway. Okay. Now I'm going to go down here and turn in my little cucadobas. Woohoo! Lots of spicy tofu. And the good thing about spicy tofu is it will feed any kind of slime. So it will feed your meat eaters, your fruit eaters, your veggie eaters, any of them. So it's a really good thing. So I keep some there. I'm going to tank up. Oh, I don't need to tank up. I've already got it. And our critters seem to have, oh, they don't have enough food. Well, before I water the slimes, I'm going to put hens here. Oh. They're hungry. Okay. If I put one hen in there, then these will automatically just pick up hens. They will not pick up other kinds of chickens. So that means they won't take the roosters or my painted babies. And let me check these for old chickens. These enhanced hens with the chicken news will pick up all the elder chickens, and I usually feed them to the meat eaters. Not to be mean, but you know, the older ones don't reproduce. So, and it's a special treat for these guys. There you go. Alright, and have they done their work yet? No. That's alright, they will. So, still have one more treasure pod. And Okay, so let's go back. Oh, come on. So I can get my iPod to do what I want it to. Okay. All right, let me go back. I'm just not getting these directions. All right. Of course, all of these guys are feral. So if they crunch on you too much, you will die. So don't want to let them crunch on you too much. And there is no place to put down one of those wonderful healer things. You're pretty much on your own here. Alright, I gotta find the big trees. The big trees. Yeah, they're over there. So I'll just make them over here. Yeah. Whoop. Okay. Should have sucked up some quartz. Ooh. But I can't resist the cucanovas. Let's see. So where are the big trees? There's one, and there's that portal, so this is where I ended up last time. So, let's see if I can get up. Alright, checking the chat. Just make sure I'm not ignoring anybody accidentally. And I suppose I am not. So, there we go. Chickies. Okay, let's see. Well, I gotta find a tree with a big set of roots. So, go over here. And there, right there, that is the pod that I already opened. That is the one before the one that I'm looking for. And the directions say to head for that big tree and this cliff, which is what I'm doing. And to go to the end of it and look out over. And there's that rock formation, and there's another one, but I'm not seeing the other one. So, it's a mystery. I don't know why I'm not seeing what is in the guide. So maybe this is not the right green pod. If it's not the right green pod, then I've been going the wrong way. So I need to go to another big tree and find another green pod that I've already opened. So let's go over there. That's a huge tree. And there's a blue pod. All right. Oh, this is slippery. Oh. Okay. Well, this big tree does have a ledge, but does it have a green pod behind it? So I need to kind of do some sleuthing and look on the other side and just see. Now that's the slime sea out there, right? We don't know. We don't know. But if I was going on this side and say we came from up there, which is quite possible. Let's see. And if I fell in that water, I wouldn't die. Well, I fell in it and I didn't die, so it's alright. But there's a pod back here that I've already opened. I don't remember where it is now. But it's behind here. Let's get these cucanovas while I'm here. Pick up a rock for it because I have to start some trouble. Hopefully I won't have to. One of those things. Alright, now if I went over these falls, yeah, I would die. So, or wake up in camp. So, definitely not going to do that. Ooh. Hello, is it you? Okay, so that's just a flower. That's not a cucumber. That is. Oh. Well, where's the big tree? Alright, I need to get up further. Higher up, higher up! And of course, the higher up you go, the safer you are. I'm up at the highest point. So, it's the biggest tree. There's a big tree there. There's a big tree there. There's a big tree there. So that's the big tree that was by one of the treasure pods I've already opened, but it wasn't the right one. So I'm thinking maybe it's alleged by this big tree or by this big tree. Let's go up here and find out. Okay, so if it was the ledge by this tree, and I went this way, then I'm going to see not what I want to see for sure. Not what I'm looking for at all. So, it's not this one. It's not this tree. So, it's two rock formations, and not the green but the white land. So it's, let's see. Okay, well, I don't know where to look. Let's see. Let's go up here, if we can. And just have a look and see if we see anything that looks like this picture I'm looking at. Which the iPad keeps turning off. It's so frustrating. Okay, it's a coral formation next to a rock formation. And in between them is a little stretch of sand, and below the sand plateau is a little ledge. So, and it's by the Slime Sea. Well, the Slime Sea is on kind of both sides of this little operation. Now there's the place that I thought it was, and I thought it was this pod, and I went out here, and I did not see any formations like that. But and I went on this ledge, and I went on the ledge below it, and I still didn't see. I mean, there's a rock formation that is coral, and there is one of those whitish plateaus, but I don't see another rock formation. And even from that vantage point down here, this cliff, I did not see it either. So I am not seeing it. So that means there's another big tree like this with a cliff. So let's see. Well, there's one. Okay, let's try this. Here's one. Here's a rock formation that looks like a coral, and then on the other side there is a rock formation. I'm not seeing that. And I'm not seeing the white plateaus I'm seeing green ones. So I don't think that's what he was talking about, because that's green. So, all right, so if I don't get confused as to where I was, so there's that one, and we went over there. There's that one. Let's try to go up there. Oh, I'm not going to make this. Get there. Oh, I can't get up. I can't get up. Oh. Well, how do I get up there? A lot of climbing up again. Maybe I can get up there and get up there. Yeah, now this is white. So this is the light color. And let's see. It doesn't look like there's anything over there that I can stand on. I can go up here and go up here. Now this is white. There's a tree. It's a plateau. But this doesn't go towards the slime sea. I mean, really, it doesn't. So, okay, so where does it go? Let's see. Well, and that's the original one that turned out to be a wild goose chase. So what other tree with a ledge is going to lead me to the right place? Now there's a coral formation and a rock formation. So let's go on top of that. Oh, they're not close. They're not close to each other at all. Oh, tar. Wow, look at all of them. They do eventually crumble to dust, though. So there's really only one tree that's near shelf. Well, there's that one. Now, okay, so these two are not on a ledge that goes towards the sea. Well, it does, kinda, but I don't think it is. So I'm lost. I get lost, folks. I'm 62 and I do tend to get lost. So there's that one. And we know that is not the right cliff. So let's see if it might be that cliff over there. You never know. It might turn out to be the one. Go over here. And there's a sandy one over there. Let's see. Now I'd like to get up there, but I just don't know if there's going to be any way to get up there. That's a little too high. So, if I get that tree, oh, can't get out on that there. But if I look, do I see a coral formation? I see a rock formation right there. But do I see a coral formation? Huh. All right. Okay. There's the tree. But that shelf doesn't come out to the sea. That one does. So, wow. So how do you get up there? Ooh, that's a long way up. I don't know how you get up there. Okay, maybe I don't need to be that high though to figure out where this is. We'll just come towards the slime sea, and there are rock formations. There's lots of them. So there's a certain rock formation that is near coral. Now there's coral and there's rock formation. So let's jump down to here and see if we can spot it. And that's white, so we're probably close. We're awfully near feral slimes and tar. Let's see. Oh. Get rid of them. Now we can look in peace. Wow. Alright. There's a ledge, and then there's another ledge. So let's see if we can spot it. Oh, we're getting bombarded. Oh. Alright, time to cause some trouble. Seriously, this can save your life. Whoa, because they're about to knock me off of you. Whoop. Did it work? Yeah. Now he will eat the other ones. They cleared out. Well, he's going to eat him. There's going to be tar. And now I can use my water. Okay, see how a quart can get you out of a tight spot? Whoa, lots of tar. Doesn't take long. The tar will go where most of the largo are and eat them. And then it solves your problem. Because some of them are dumb and fell off into the ocean. Doesn't take long. Alright, so I am looking for a shelf. Now here's one near the rocks. So let me go down and see if there's one here. I'm not seeing it. Save that for later. Let's see. Let's see if I can see one from over here. There's one over there. Whoa. Those were for hunters. That's not going to help me. Let's see. I'm not seeing it here. Huh? Let's go up there. I'll just wander around over here where these light-colored surfaces are and just see if I can find. Ah, okay. Whoop. Alright, I'm looking. There's, I guess the way I was looking at the picture, it looked like they were flat-topped coral, but they're not. They're just regular rounded coral. It's just the shadows making me think, yeah, it's a low-res picture too. So it's a sand-colored plateau and then a darker colored plateau below it. So, I am not seeing it. Oh, whoa. I can't stay here too long because they are gonna get me. Okay, I'm still not seeing it. It's not by a ramp down, so it's not that area as I thought. Hi, I'm looking for the last treasure pod, and I'm just having all sorts of trouble.
I hate being sick.
Oh, I hate being sick too.
I try to play a game and I fall asleep at the Xbox.
Oh, bless your heart. Well, I fall asleep at the Xbox a lot, so even when I'm not sick. So you have the advantage. You will get better and you won't be falling asleep at the Xbox. But it's still miserable to be sick. Nobody likes to be sick. Okay, we are still near those. Maybe if I wander around, I'll spot it. Maybe. Oh, chicken heaven! Hello, chickens! Oh, chicken heaven! Alright. So, up here near where they are. Uh-oh, they see me. Oh, they see me. Oh, I can't get him. Oh. Alright. Take that. Okay, take that. There we go. over here. Keep him busy for me while I try to figure this out. Okay. Now there will be 2. Oh. Oh, he didn't meet his demise as I thought he would. Come on, come on. Right. Way up here. Ooh. Yeah, now there's 2 of them. But they will dissolve soon. Well, I don't know where else to look. Kind of stuck. So, let me find another guide. Steam guide has been really, really good, but it's just hard to find. Let's see. Okay, I'll explore the fandom site some more. Let's see. Treasure pods. Okay. Let's have a look. Wilds. Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you're going to the wilds, you have to have a Treasure Cracker Mark III upgrade to your backpack to be able to open them, which I've had for some time. So, the green pods, which I am looking for a green pod. You only need the Mark I to get that. Yeah. Oh, I have to find this Kuka Cracker. Okay. Yeah, Kuka Cracker. You have to find a Kuka Cracker to crack the big balls that have kookaburras in them. And then you can crack it and you get like, 5 to 8 of them. There's a Kuka Cracker. This is a Kuka Cracker right here. And you shoot the ball into it. Bye. Ah! Time to create some mystery. Alright. Come on. Now you let the, no fun. Yeah. So I have to find this Kuka Cracker. It's on one of the light-colored places. So I just need to get up to one of those places. Oh, I can't get up. I haven't fallen, I just can't get up. Granny can't get up. Let's get back up here. Okay. Ooh, look! Bonobos! I can get out. Oh, yay! Alright, got 2 more cucadobas. Oh, there's another one over here. Okay. Alright, I need to get across to these islands. I gotta find the cuckoo cracker that is there against a rock face. So it's on a light colored piece of land. I think I see one. Alright. He says, find this cuckoo cracker. So I'm gonna just go here. That looks like it. No, that's against the coral wall, and this is against the rock wall. So, all right, light colored top with the cuckoo cracker. All right, light color with a cuckoo cracker. Okay, so it's not that one. That's not light colored. It's gotta be light colored. Hello. Yeah, come with me. Good. That's not against, okay, so I've got to find another cuckoo cracker. I'll just collect chickens as I go. So I need to find. Ah, is that it? This is green, though. This is not it, I don't think. No, that's not it. Let's see. Cool. Now it's daylight again. I can see the white sand more clearly. So let's see. If I get up high, I might be able to spot. Okay. Well, all right. Okay. Whoa. Well, it's over here, because that's where where all the trees are. So it's over here. Whoa! Okay. Okay, so it's white, has a little green on it. It's against a rock. Oh, I can't pick it up. Oh, that's bad. No, that's not it. Okay. Whoop. That's not it. Oh! Ow! Here I am back up here. I need to go where the other trees are. And find the sand. Oh, now I can see it from behind here. So I'll go over here and find the white sand. There we go. Alright, there's a crooked overcracker over there somewhere. Getting closer. Getting closer. Okay, there's a crooked overcracker. Not quite. Well, there's one against one of these rock formations. So, maybe that's it. Oh, alright. I think I found it. Alright, find this Kaduba cracker. Kookadoba cracker. Kookadoba cracker. Okay. Come on. Alright. Okay, I found it. Now what? Oh, it's right on the ledge below it. there. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that is my last treasure pod in the wilds. Alright. Let's go build one. Let's go build one. First we gotta get out of here. Ooh, there's cucanos. Oh boy. Chickens. Roosters. Good. Whoa. Another cucano. Whoa. These guys are green. They're not green, but they're green. Whoa. Yeah, portal. Home free. I've got cucanovas. Lots of spicy tofu. Lots of feed my babies with. More roosters, which I don't really need, but chickadees. Some of those will grow into peas. And I'll put the spicy tofu over here. Well, we had adventures tonight, didn't we, crew? We got to find the party Gordo. So now we can have a party with ice cream and cake. Wonderful. And I'm going to go through here. Go back to the pond. Oh, I need to water my babies. Okay, poor little tired babies. Here we go. Yeah, feed my babies. Let's see. Not enough chickens. I've only got 2 left. It is not going to go well unless I get more chickens. But I'm going to use this portal and go back to my farm. And as the sun sets over my farm, I will bid you farewell. But I will leave you with the handicapped me. Now, a lot of times, when we are handicapped, we get so worried about how we're going to pay for this, how we're going to do this, and worried about how long we can keep working. And that puts a lot of stress on us. We probably get more stress-related illness than most people. I had lots of stomach problems, almost ulcers, starting when I was 9. Just from worry and stress and all that, and being different, and my self-esteem just went whew. So yeah, a lot of stress equates into physical complaints. And normally I would say, if you're having a lot of tummy aches, go see your doctor. There's something that you can do about that. If you can't afford to go see the doctor for tummy aches, that is a big problem, because sometimes tummy aches can be something really major. So one over-the-counter remedy I can recommend, if you can't afford to go see your doctor, try aloe juice. They sell it at Walmart in the pharmacy in the vitamin section. It's not harmful in any way, as long as you don't drink like a gallon at one sitting, All you need is a bathroom cup, about 3 ounces worth at one sitting. And you will know after the first couple of swallows whether it works or not. Now, I think that aloe juice straight out of the jug tastes kind of like iced tea, or it does come in a fruit flavor, which is a little more pleasant. But it's not sweet at all, so if you like things sweet, you'll need to add some sweetener to it. But the nice thing about it is you can put it in whatever juice you like, whatever, you can put it in your Coke, you can put it in your coffee, whatever beverage turns you on, you can make it medicine for you. So, although I'm suggesting if you have tummy aches, avoid caffeine, particularly carbonated drinks and of any kind, whether they have caffeine or not, and avoid coffee and tea, because that is going to make your stomach worse. Anything that stimulates you is going to make your stomach tense up more, and it's going to hurt worse. So I would suggest, if you are having a lot of tummy aches, gradually cut down your coffee and tea, get yourself off of that, and you might try an herbal tea like chamomile or something like that. But there again, you need to consider, if you're taking prescription medicine, herbs are medicine. So it's best to look it up, see if there are interactions between any prescription medicines you might be taking and any herbs you might be taking. You really want to be smart about this, because people who are into nutritional remedies will be saying, oh, you should try this, you should try that, and they don't even ask, are you taking prescription medicine? If you are, you have to be more careful, and any substance that affects you is going to have a possible interaction with medicine that you take on a regular basis. So if you're in that boat, you have to be extra careful. And if you're a senior like me, you have to be even more careful about medicines and herbs, because what affects a 20-year-old one way might affect me a lot more, even considering my body weight. So you have to be more careful when you're a senior, especially about drinking or taking prescription medicine, or, your doctor's going to take into account your age as well as your weight when prescribing medicine. But you want to be careful. If you're adding anything to your regular medicine, you want to make absolutely sure that this is not going to interact and cause you a problem. Keep in mind that you can only, because my ex is a pharmacist, he told me that they could predict interactions between 3 prescription medications. That means if you're taking more than 3, they can't really tell you if it's going to interact. Now that doesn't mean you shouldn't take it, but that means that you should notice if a medicine affects you a way that you don't expect, or, it's a good time to call your pharmacist and tell them what you're experiencing and ask them, is this a side effect? Or to call your doctor, but it doesn't cost anything to call your pharmacist. And they can tell you a lot. They're not medical doctors, so they don't know as much as a medical doctor does, but they know a lot. So if you're low income and you can't afford to go to the doctor, you can call your pharmacist and just say, hey, I just started on this new medicine and it's making me feel weird. Is this normal? And then the pharmacist will refer you to your doctor if he doesn't know. But at least you get a little bit of medical advice and you don't have to pay a lot for that. So, but just keep in mind that herbs are medicine too. Herbs are chemicals, whether you think they are or not. Chemicals are, food is chemicals. Chemicals is a broad category of everything. So chemicals are made of molecules, and food can have a chemical effect on your body just like prescription medicine has a chemical effect on your body. So don't think that just because you're taking natural remedies and staying away from medicines, they still have an effect on you, and that's why people take them. If you are not getting good balanced meals, then a multivitamin is a little insurance, and whether it's derived from natural sources or chemical sources, it's still chemicals. It still has an effect on your body, hopefully a good one. But you want to be careful about large doses of vitamins, because if they are fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E is fat-soluble, you do not want to take large doses of these because you can mess your body up. So I'm telling you, you need to be smart about whatever you put in your body. Whether it's a food or a medicine or a vitamin or an herb, you need to do some research. So I would suggest that if you go to the National Institutes of Health, they have databases you can look in that describe effects of substances and what is known about them. Now, a lot of herbs have not been studied carefully, so there might not be a lot of research on whatever herb you're taking. Keep that in mind too, because just because a lot of people on the internet say, oh, this stuff is great, I have taken herbs from friends that made me very sick because they didn't know what medicines I was taking. They didn't know what my body chemistry was like. Your body chemistry is unique, and when people make prescription medicines, these scientists look at effects over a broad swath of volunteers. They have clinical research that they conduct, and there's a certain way they do it. But as far as being able to predict side effects that didn't show up in the study, they just have to have people report them. So there is a number you can call if you're worried about, you took this herb and you had this effect and it's not listed on the bottle as a side effect, and you want to know, you want to report that. You can call your county health department to report things. You can also, there are sources on the internet that you can call to report things, but basically, especially if you're handicapped, be careful with whatever you take on a regular basis, and be aware that certain foods can interact with prescription medicine. For example, if you're on high blood pressure medicine and you love licorice, that is a problem. If you eat a large amount of licorice, you can counteract your high blood pressure medicine. You won't feel sick or anything, but yet it makes your high blood pressure medicine like you're taking a lot less. So that can be dangerous, because then your blood pressure can go up and you might not feel physically bad, but you can have a stroke or a heart attack. So yeah, foods can affect prescription medicines. So I want y'all to be careful. I don't want anybody to get hurt. So, do your research. You can look things up on NIH.gov. You can look things on CDC.gov. You can look up WebMD is a pretty good source, but I would do further research. Mayo Clinic is pretty good. So there are different sources on the internet for medical information that are good sources, but don't get your news and your stuff from social media unless they have a link to a good source. If it hasn't got a link, take it with a grain of salt, because it's an opinion. We learned this in school, that there are a lot of opinions out there, and it's very easy to read something that sounds very convincing, but yet doesn't have science behind it. And, the reason science is important is because there's a set of steps that a researcher goes through to carefully look at, okay, I think this is going to do this, but does it do this? So they do a study. They design it so that, you've got some people taking a placebo, which is like a sugar pill or, just candy or whatever, and then you've got others, or something safe for them if they're diabetic. But then you've got the group that's taking the real stuff, and then you see how people report whether it helps them or not. And there's a whole scientific process to this. They don't just get a bunch of people in a room and give them something and watch them to see what happens. They measure it scientifically so that they can tell, all right, we had 100 people in the study, half of them got the real thing. Out of the half, a large percentage felt better. So we think that this is good. But then they do another study. They don't just go with that one study. So there are stages to research and careful consideration of each step. And the researcher can't just say, well, I proved my stuff because so-and-so. They've got to have data to back it up. So herbs don't usually go through that kind of scientific study, although there are researchers who study herbs because they're trying to find new cures for things. So herbs are not a bad thing, but we just need to be careful, especially if we're already taking medicine on a regular basis. We want to make sure we're not going to take something that's going to interact in a bad way. Sometimes there are interactions in a good way, and a doctor will prescribe this medicine with this medicine because they help each other to benefit the patient more. So there's a lot to know, and we lay people don't know it. So, you can look things up on the internet, but there's not a substitute for somebody who's been through medical school and they have watched more experienced doctors try to figure out what's wrong with people. And there's a lot of brain work that goes on that we're not going to have if we're just looking stuff up on the internet. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about this and say, be careful when you're trying to treat yourself, in other words. And there's a lot of people that are desperate to try to do something themselves because they can't afford to go to the doctor. That's why I am an advocate of universal health care, so everybody can go to the doctor. And you've got all these people saying, well, you know, people will abuse the system. Well, look at it this way. All of Europe, all of the industrialized countries of the world, except the United States, have socialized medicine. And it means that everybody in those other countries can go to the doctor. And I've talked to people in other countries who had socialized medicine. Socialist is not communist. Socialist means the common good. Okay, so everybody gets the same thing, right? That doesn't mean that everything in their government works that way, but the health care is a fair system. If you're wanting cosmetic surgery, you might have to pay extra and you might have to wait longer for it. But that means that somebody with acute appendicitis who rushes to the emergency room and they're dying, they get surgery. They don't have to worry about, well, how am I going to pay the bill? They don't have people asking them, well, do you have insurance? And if you say no, then it's like, we've got other steps. And they're dying in the meantime while they're figuring out these other steps. We need for people to be able to go to the doctor because you can't put a price tag on life. And you know, we're going to pay taxes regardless. If we have a bunch of homeless people dying, we are still paying taxes to take care of their bodies. I mean, it's a lot less expensive for society to take care of sick people than to let them get into end-stage cancer and they walk into the emergency room, they don't have a doctor, and they're dying. You know, it is so much better in all ways. It's more humane and it saves money to take care of people. Because we closed all the mental institutions in the 80s without having community services set up because the Republicans didn't want to pay for it. Now we have half of all homeless people are mentally challenged. And this is a horrible thing because these people aren't all here mentally, and yet they are homeless and trying to survive. And sometimes they get violent. I mean, you know, they are not totally able to handle the situation. If they had a mental institution to go to, and I'm advocating small community mental health places that are residential. I'm not advocating we go back to these huge facilities that we used to have where a lot of abuse went on. I think smaller is better, but it's got a long way to go. But you're either going to pay for mental health jails or you're going to pay for mental institutions to come back, which what needs to happen, you know. So social issues are complicated and they're not easy, and that's why there's so much contention and so much, well, if you do this, then this, and this, and this, and this, and this. The social problems we have will not go away if we ignore them. We've been ignoring them a long time. It's just gotten worse. We had families with children getting homeless. Half of all homeless go to work every day, but they can't afford an apartment, so they're homeless trying to save up deposits for an apartment, or maybe they don't know where to look for an apartment they can afford. Well, you might say, well, there's public housing. Yeah, you get on a waiting list for 3 years and you might never get a call, because even if you're calling and telling them, you know, hey, have you got something for me, there are too many people that need low-income housing. There's not enough of it. So you might be on a waiting list and never get the call. for an apartment. And some of these people that are homeless are still waiting for public housing that has never materialized. It's so easy to criminalize these people and say, oh, they're bums, they don't want to work. You know, well, half of them are working and they are struggling to feed themselves. But without, you know, people get their IDs stolen. IDs are expensive. Even at the library, I worked in all kinds of libraries when I was working, and I noticed that there was this push to operate libraries like a business. Libraries are a service. They allow poor people to be able to read stuff that they wouldn't ordinarily be able to read. If I had to buy every book I've ever read, I never would have read half of them because I wouldn't have had access to buying them. I couldn't afford that. I was having trouble putting food on the table for my 2 daughters as a single parent, and I was disabled too. So let me tell you, it wasn't easy. But if you just go and talk to a homeless person, and half of those are disabled, it is a criminal thing that we throw our disabled people on the street when they get to where they can't work. And most of them have worked hard all of their lives, and when they finally got to the point that they couldn't do it anymore, there was nothing there for them. Well, you might say, well, there's Social Security disability. It's very hard to get that. I did, but I had to fight 4 years for it with a lawyer. And that is how it is for most people. Social Security, there's an application process. You put in an application, that's easy. You know, it's a lot of paperwork, but yeah. You've got to find some friends to fill out paperwork for you. You don't see what they say, they just send it in. And then you have a file with all your doctor's records, and you have to get those doctor's records, and a lot of times you have to pay for them. It's expensive. If you've got as many medical records as I've got, if I had to pay for a stack of my medical records, I would probably have to pay hundreds of dollars. It's not cheap. So you're talking, you got to turn in all this paperwork, you've got to go see doctors and be evaluated. That's not cheap. They don't pay for it anymore. They used to when I was applying for disability. Now you have to pay out of pocket. This gets expensive fast. So you've got all these things you got to prove. You turn it all in, and 50% of people are rejected at that first try. You can call and ask for a reconsideration where they look at your file again and, well, no, I'm wrong. Back up. Stage 1, where you just put in the paperwork, 95% are rejected. The second time around, the reconsideration, where another doctor looks at your entire file, 50% are told no. At that point, most people give up, but you can get a lawyer on contingency, and they only get paid if they win. Then that's a long process. You wait forever to go to court, and finally you go to court, and you're in a room with a committee, and they're not talking to you, they're talking among themselves, and what they're saying is not pleasant. I won my case, and I went out of there crying, not because I was happy that I won, but because they said things that cut me to the bone. It is horrible that a disabled person has to go through all of this just because there's this myth that there's all these crooks that want disability and it's easy to get. Well, let me tell you, it's not easy to get. And it is horrible that people that are dying have to go through this to get disability. I think if a doctor declares that you are dying, and by then you've seen maybe 2 or 3 specialists who have all concurred that you are dying, why should you have to even apply for Social Security disability? I think it should be automatic. If you're dying, you should get it. And you can't fake that. So I don't think it's so much crooks trying to get disability. It is so much that Republicans don't want to pay for it. But what they're not telling you is you're paying for it. You're paying for mental health jails. You're paying billions of dollars of your taxes to incarcerate more people than any country in the world, including communist China. We put more people in prison than China does. It's ridiculous. And you think, oh, those people deserve to be there. A lot of people in prison are there because they're mentally ill and they don't understand the instructions that police are giving them. And it happens more often than you would think. And people of color are often victims of police that go in, and because they're a person of color and they're prejudiced, they're going to, put them in jail when maybe a white person, they just give a warning. There's a lot of stuff that goes on, and I can't convince you of that if you believe that it's not that way. But I would suggest that you find out for yourself. Talk to somebody who's been incarcerated. Look through your circle of friends and see if you've got somebody who's not like you and talk to them. Or find somebody in the parking lot at Walmart, down away from the store, near the street. There's usually at least one homeless person maybe sleeping in the grass. Go talk to him. I did. I met a man named Mark, and he was harmless. He didn't try to hurt us. I was there with my daughter. We gave him a pail with some water and some dry milk. And he was very appreciative, but he says, I have an income. But he told us about how his cell phone had been stolen and he couldn't walk into Best Buy and get another one. He had the money to, but they wouldn't let him in the door because he was homeless. It's terrible. And he was polite and he was not asking for money, and he was on the street and got beaten up, woke up in a hospital, and he had no cell phone, all his stuff was gone, what little he had with him. And this happens all the time. It does not make the news because what's on the news is common. So folks, I just want to get you to think outside your box a little bit. That's why I have this channel. I want to gather a community together of people who are handicapped, to give them a voice, a collective voice, because there's a lot of stuff about being handicapped that people who aren't handicapped have no clue about. And typically, if you're handicapped, you are low income, you don't make as much money as a person who's not handicapped. You have troubles holding on to jobs because you are sick a lot and you have to go to doctors a lot and you can't afford it if you don't have insurance. So how are you supposed to get treated and minimize your disability? Because anybody knows that you have a medical problem that doesn't get treated, little things can become big things. So, we say, oh, it's too expensive to take care of the poor. Actually, it's cheaper than what we're doing now. We have so many people that can't afford medical care who show up with very expensive things like cancer in late stages. And then we wonder why health care is so expensive. Well, that's why, we have people overcharging for things. And it's very, very hard for a person at my income level. If I didn't have Medicaid, I wouldn't be able to pay my medical bills. So, and I worked hard all my life. I expected that someday I would retire, draw my Social Security, and be able to relax. But you can't relax on Social Security. It's not much money. I make $1,000 a month, and I'm one of the lucky ones because I had one job that paid $20,000 a year. Most of my jobs paid a lot less than that, and your highest paying job determines how much you get paid from Social Security. So a lot of times it's not enough to live on. And so you've got somebody elderly who should be relaxing and retiring and enjoying their golden years, and instead they have to go to work every day until they die. I don't think that's right, because when you're young, you think, oh, I'll have Social Security, I'll be able to live off that. Well, most people can't live on that. So, I just want to put the word out, what people are going through, and I want people to tell me their stories. If you're handicapped, I want to hear your story. I want you to write it down and send it to me. I want to know what you're going through, because I talk about what I'm going through here, but this is not meant to be a monologue. This is meant to be a discussion of a large group of people, and it starts with you. If you're listening to me and you want to join the discussion, if you have questions about handicapped people, I will be very happy to tell you about my experience and any experiences that have been sent to me anonymously, of course. You can tell me your name. I won't mention your name on the air, but I want to build a community here of people who can turn to each other and at least just get off their worries off their chest, That is so important, and as handicapped people, we get very isolated, and COVID didn't help anything. It's very hard for me to go out anywhere. I mostly go out to go to the doctor, and I'm sitting here in this room all day long, every day. I really get hungry to talk to people. And I want to help other people who are also fighting this loneliness and isolation to have a group where they can come and talk about stuff. And with their families, with children. Because if you're a mother of a handicapped child, handicapped children, if you've got a handicapped child, you're dealing with the school system, and it ain't easy. So I want to hear about your experiences too. Even though I'm GrannyHandicap, I'm 62 years old, I don't have small children. But some of you grannies out there have small children that you have to raise them because their parents aren't able. And so, I want to hear from you too. I want to hear from anybody that has handicapped issues. And if you're just curious and you want to know what's all the hoopla about handicapped people, join us and listen to the stories, and maybe you'll know a lot better what it's like to be a handicapped gamer, what it's like to be a handicapped anything, trying to do something. So, it's just to promote understanding. That's why I made the GrannyHandicap channel, because all the channels I saw on Twitch that dealt with handicaps had mature audiences on them. And, a lot of people want to get on these channels and cuss and carry on and like that. I wanted to make a family-friendly place so that if you've got children with handicaps, that they can talk to each other with you there. I'm not wanting to talk to your child alone. I want to get a group discussion going. How is your family coping? because legislators need to know this stuff. Game developers need to know this stuff. There's all sorts of, private industry needs to know this stuff. Big corporations need to know this stuff. 20% of Americans have a significant handicap. So that's 20% of us. That's a fifth of the country. You count 5 people, you're going to have 1 that's handicapped. And you may not know that they're handicapped. It might not be an obvious handicap. Just because someone is mentally ill doesn't make that any less a handicap. They may look perfectly normal. But I want to promote understanding. So this is Granny Handicap. I hope you have a pleasant weekend. I'll be back Monday with Forza Horizon 4, and starting next week, I will have Slime Rancher Fridays instead of Slime Rancher Thursdays. I decided I needed a weekend day in there so we could go looking for the Party Gordo every week. So I'm hoping you'll join me on that journey, and whether or not you're a gamer, you are welcome on the Granny Handicap channel. So don't think you have to be a gamer to participate in my channel. Because what matters is, if you've got something that you want to tell me and that you want other people to know, if enough people tell me, I can write it up and I can present it. I want the world to know what it's like to be handicapped. And if you want to be anonymous, I'll protect your identity. I just want to be able to gather stories so I can tell these stories. I've got a friend right now who's struggling to buy her insulin. This is really awful because she's having to work 2 jobs to pay for her insulin. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that expensive. It's not that expensive in other countries. The United States has the most expensive drugs in the world. So obviously our system isn't working. So this is Granny Handicap. I hope you have a pleasant weekend, and we'll talk more Monday from 8 to 10. Take care and have a good night. Good night.